Hey everybody, I'm not sure if I got the sound on. Friday, March 24th. Out here with my dog mapping some of the Pidherny trails. This is a kitchen sink new trail that opened up in the spring of 2016. I haven't ridden it, wanted to walk it, so this is going to be a whole trip down the kitchen sink, and hopefully the video will last all the way down. If not, I will come back and start it again. All right, everybody, the ground is covered with snow and a little icy. You might see the odd bail and fail on the way down. Understand that, you know what, spring conditions up in northern BC, early central BC, are still around, even though we're the 4th day in the spring. So here we go. Come on. Here's the first phase. I'm not going to walk it, there's too much ice on it. But you can see it's a nice little boardwalk. Nice little corner. Somebody's put the dog here. Shout out to Mark Trumper and the Ruckus Build crew. The Ruckus Build crew was just officially established, I believe, late last year, early this year. Mark and a crew have been doing a lot of trail maintenance, trail building. We got to appreciate all our trail builders here in BC. And let's continue. Another boardwalk. Yeah, this trail won't be opening up for at least another 3 weeks, I figure. And the crew's gonna have to get out here and make sure it's safe. I've got my pruning saw with me in case I find anything falling across the trail and it can help them out. Again, this trail is supposed to be full of features such as this. Nice little last section through here. Following those few challenges. Nice little berm belt up here. Nice work, people. Into another boardwalk. I believe this is the coaster. This part of the trail's not looking too bad today. It's starting to clear out in here. Obviously, this is more in the southern exposure. So over this and down into a left-hand berm. We're going to avoid the puddles today. Come on. Dog's found something good. Now, along with me today, this video is being recorded on Garmin Verb XE, so I can get the telemetrics in, elevation changes, all that kind of stuff. What I'm mapping with is a Garmin Oregon 650T. This is my go-to device until my Garmin Fenix 5X Sapphire comes in. Looking forward to that. Less hand holding, right on the wrist, load maps, take stats, and away I go. Nice little downwards bender. Into a boardwalk, small climb. Slight elevation change, maybe 6-7 feet. And leveling out. Now you wonder why somebody would walk this. Well, let's just say that all the videos that are taken, usually edited, and mountain bikers, you know, going too fast to really see what the terrain is. For those never riding the trail before, this might be a good video for you to watch. So you can get a heads up on what's to come. One tree out of the way, no saw required. floor here. We got some ice. Gonna do a little slip and slide down here. Nice little tight trail. Those of you running 780 or wider, this trail is actually open enough as a newer trail to accommodate your wider bars. Personally, I'm riding one of two different bikes these days. My hardtail bike is a 2014 DaVinci Wookie. Love that bike. It's a 2x10. Solid performer, XT drivetrain. Last year I picked up the new DaVinci Troy SX. Pike fork, Monarch Debonair rear shock. Love the bike. Unfortunately, it's more of a downhill bike and not so much of a climber. Even saying that, I would strongly suggest, or at least recommend, that you can't go wrong with either of those two bikes. But then again, if you're buying from a reputable dealer, from a good manufacturer, they've got a whole range of bikes that would also serve the same purpose. So this is going to track along the hillside and around, from what I remember right. High above. Nice work on these trails, crew. Held up to winter. Hopefully there's not too much pressure too early on, otherwise we're going to have to be bringing some dirt down to fill in some of these potholes that have already started. And there goes the dog. Jasper. Heel. Dog just wants to run. Dog's been in the kennel for the last 5 days while I've been running my hearing in Nanaimo. Obviously I've been sitting all week, so it was a good time to get out, get some exercise, and map this trail. I had talked to a few of my friends last year as I worked in Nanaimo for the year and wasn't able to ride this by the time I got home. None of them heard it. Obviously they don't watch the social media sites or watch Pink Bike like I do. So we're going to have to get those boys out off the cross-country stuff into one of these traversing trails along the hillside. And a slight climb. Hey, heel. Dog's getting a little tight section here. Watch those bars, people. A little bit of washout. Might have to be bringing the gravel rake down here. Do some trail maintenance to help the crews out. Prince George Cycling Club, every second Monday, my understanding is that they run trail building, trail maintenance groups to come out and work on the trails in Prince George. Those three trail systems, for the most part, are Cranbrook Hill, Otway, and here at the Pidherny Recreation Site. Now, Devin Budd is the director for the Prince George Cycling Club for the Pidherny Recreation Site. You can find Devin down at the Ruckus Ski and Bike Shop, located on 15th Avenue in Prince George. Everybody down there. Mark, Stephanie, Devin, Jacob, Adam, Lindsay, and the staff that I don't know the names of. Good people, good shop to deal with. Other shops to deal with here in Prince George that I could also recommend is go and see Dave and his crew down at Psychologic on 3rd in Prince George. There's a shop on 1st that I don't have much familiarity with. So I can't really recommend them, but again, try them out. And then there's Evolve Cycles, which is out by Costco on just off of Highway 16. Oh, one more is Coops Bikes on Ogilvie. Good family-based business there too. Go in, nice staff, willing to help, just like most bike shops we have. Now, as this runoff, melt-off is starting to happen, some of the mud along here is creating some pretty deep pockets of mud. This trail is going to need to dry out before we get a whole bunch of cyclists on it. My boot in one spot sank what I would say 1.5 to 2 inches. So we're on the back around part of this loop around this little valley. Seem to come full circle. And we start climbing again. Well, that didn't last long. We're on a downward slide now. Now what I'm using to mount this is I have an Osprey pack and I have a Peak design mount to one of the chest straps on this, that Peak design chest strap mount. I tell you, makes it a lot better than putting it on my bars or on my helmet or on my seat post for that matter. And I'm not going to be riding with the selfie stick by any means. So this seems to offer me the best option. Anything with the strap, you can put it on. It's got a backing plate. Again, that was a Peak design mount. And we're into the trees now. This time of year, early spring, the bears are out. I've got the bear spray. Dog's probably going to chase them. Dog's probably get eaten if it chases a bear at this point. My dog loves other animals, but is not really predator aware. Okay, here's the big feature. This is the big coaster coming up here. Just take a look at it. I don't think that's hikeable by any means. So I'm going to take the lower. I'm going to take the lower after I walk up to the peak and then walk back. Just so you can see, that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's more. Okay, so I'm back at the beginning. You can see that there's an easier route. It's clearly marked, a little step down ramp here underneath. When we get down to the bottom here, I'm going to take a shot back and you can see that big drop coming off that roller coaster feature. I'm looking forward to riding that. Should roll out pretty nice. And I know that the video doesn't always give that good a perspective, but that's what you're looking at. All right, continuing on, you come off that, you come up this little built-up roller. Again, nice job, crew. Next piece of equipment I'm looking at might just be the 820 cycling computer. Mount to either one of my bikes. Lastly, you've heard me say that I've got a Garmin Fenix 5X coming on. Here's a new trail. Not sure which one that one is. Obviously, the crews have been building something magnificent. You can see that they've got wood stack there. Mark, crew, thank you. When you open this one up, I'm going to come by and have a look at it. Okay, continuing on. Oh, look at this. Yet another feature. They're making this area of the mountain a full feature area of the mountain. Looking back, it's just a slow sign. It's not a marker of what the trail actually is. Continuing on, we have two different here. I'm going to take the harder route. I think that's what most people want to see. Carrying on. Come on. Harder route at this point just means that it's a little icier going up. Interesting to see. What they have, unless this wraps around. I see. That is exactly what's going on. That trail that we saw earlier looks like it's going to connect up with this, and it's going to be a feature trail. Certainly is. Let's see what the dog thinks about this. So, okay, if you guys can see that there, that is the new Lazy Susan trail. The lower one's got to be, and we're not going to be able to do it because it's not complete, and the dog won't be able to do it. You see this one's been broken. Something must have fallen across it. Of course it did. It was this tree here. So I'm going back down onto the trail. Go back around. You can see the crew's been in here trying to repair this. Dog's taken off. Come on, Jasper. And looking back, there's another dropper right there. That's going to be a fun one. Okay, a nice little roller downhill here. There's going to be some holes in this GPS track because the auto pause feature keeps stopping when I slow my pace down. I'm going to have to recalibrate this and possibly come and hike it again. Now that auto pause feature can be from the GPS signal dropping out. We're in a fairly heavily treed area here. Although for GPS that the 650 came out in roughly 2015. I think with the GLONASS and other ones that it's tracking on this, that they should be able to grab both of them at the same time, and if one drops out, still have the other one available. Known to be mistaken, I'll have to look online to see what others have experienced with the 650T. Dog's found something good again. And folks, we're traversing along the Pidherny access road. You can see it off to my right there, possibly through the video. A lot of these trails are serviced off these service roads and built around these service roads to give our great trail builders the ability to access, as well as our fine women and men. They're a part of our search and rescue, paramedics, fire, and all emergency services in case somebody gets lost, stranded, or injured in the trail network up here. I've obviously seen on the Trail Fork site EMRS. So that's it there. That's the end of the kitchen sink. Thanks, everybody.